decorative wall stuff. Gotta cover my windows up some kind of way. There we go. You guys will be able to see me. Nah, this ain't even. You know, this is weird. Oh, it's wrapped around that. Okay, that's why. All right, y'all. What's going on? What's going on? I'm gonna make this real quick. Let me turn this down. I'm doing a lot of blocking here lately. A whole lot of blocking. And my feed is getting better. You know, I had one or two pop up today. I don't know why TikTok doesn't do it anymore, but I don't know why YouTube keeps sending me all these jaded women in my feed. You know, there's one thing I can't stand is listening to a jaded woman. Like, I just can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because we all got to go through stuff. And so, listen. I know stuff, okay? So I can know when someone's watching me or not. And sometimes, you know, at night, you know, I just like scrolling through. And if I catch somebody, and it seems like, you know, this clown is not only talking about me, but talking about all divine masculines, oh, I'm going to get at this big head RoboCop chick. I'm going to get at this big old forehead having RoboCop looking ass chick. Your hairline in the middle of your doggone head, and you talking about divine masculine don't make their mind up. Ain't nobody gonna make their mind up with your big ass head. Make your mind up. Big old 5 head instead of having a 4-head ass having chick. Hey, I don't care what kind of blouse you put on, what kind of small shorts. You can get up and walk back and forth to your child out of wedlock all you want to. But while you're getting online, running your mouth, trying to make a bunch of assumptions, talking all this stupid stuff, they find stuff to whine about. You're wondering why you're single and raising your child by yourself. It's late at night. I'll go ahead and give you and fill you in. You talk too much. You talk too much. You have too much of an opinion about divine masculine for you to be able to find a man to trick him long enough into thinking that you're worth anything to date. Because you sit around on your little, not just the content creators, women in general, what it seems like, not all. I didn't say my ladies out there, but these women out here, some of these females, they sit around, guys, and they talk too much. They don't have information, and they fill in the blanks with assumptions and opinion based off their horrible life experiences. And then they try to make that reality. Then they will project that reality onto you and us. It's completely insane. And these same women doing this will continue to chase and watch us from a distance. Watching everything we post. Waiting for you to say something about an ex and be like, oh, divine masculine still stuck on it. Look. I know I'm going to get a ton more videos coming out tomorrow talking about don't this and whatever. That's how y'all let me know how much y'all watch my stuff. If I drop a video, then you drop a video the next day talking about don't going opposite of whatever I'm saying. You're watching my stuff. You're waiting on me to drop something so you can have something to talk about. Right? I get it. It's cool. But I'm still going to call these chicks out. I'm not going to let it slide. Hang on. I'm not going to let it slide. You know, I'm going to call these chicks out, man. I got these big head ass content creators watching me, sending me evil eye. And these are content creators that are supposedly spiritualists. See, here, let me tell y'all something. Chicks. Whatever you have preconceived notion in your tiny peanut head about whatever it is that you're expecting for me to be like is not the definition of a man. That is what you believe a man to be, which means shit. In the real world, it doesn't mean nothing. So all these preconceived notions you've come up with that you feel like defines a man and how a man should move based off of whoever told you that and however you came up with it doesn't mean anything in my reality. We're not going to never move the way you think we should move because we're men, we're not you. And as much as you want to believe that you're some divine feminine that can know everything, This generation is probably the most ignorant generation, not just females, not just females, males too, but definitely females, not using intuition, trying to use logic over intuition while mixing emotion into it. It's not going to work out for you. You seem like a head case to anybody that run across you. And you can run your mouth about me and try to say that I'm a whatever X, Y, and Z, but your stinking ass is watching me. I mean, every episode, you can tell when I go from one mood to the next. Who are you fooling, big head? I'm just being real. You want to be in my energy? I like to call y'all out when y'all get in my energy. I feel better every time I do. Don't get on here talking about all divine masculine. Man, shut your goofy self up. If you know, because I always make sure I correct because I love women. If you don't love men, then say it. If you don't like men, then say it. Stop hiding behind you. You're trying to make it seem like you ain't channeling shit. If you don't like men, then just say you don't like men. Just say you don't like men. Say this all the time. Say you don't like men. I don't care how many kids you have. That means nothing. That means nothing. Women will have a beard all day long and like women. You know what I'm saying? So, just say you don't like men, because for you to constantly be finding something that you're just a jaded chick, and I don't care what you think you look like in whatever outfits you put together, you look like a single mother. Like every other single mother. And there's twice as many of y'all as there is men, and out of that number, y'all only mess with about 10% that I fall in the category of. So what are you and who are you trying to fool? Why do you think you're watching my black ass? You're hoping I get to a certain place that you feel comfortable enough. You're never going to approach me, but I guess just knowing that I'm where you want me to be in your mind, I don't know. All you internet chicks are weird, so I don't know. Y'all make up weird relationships with people that you admire online, and then make content based off of what you see this person's posting, right? Calling yourself channeling, listen, or whatever. I can see through everything. It's a gift and a curse. So normally I don't watch content too much because a lot of women do that. They literally watch content and then they will give their perspective of the content they watched, not channeled, watched. Just keeping it real, okay? I can see everything. Man, you'll have some content creators out here that are female that know that their audience is female, will take a man's story and just swap the roles and then just talk as if you have any kind of sense. When a woman is talking as if the character they're talking about is a woman, but the character is obviously moving like a man. Women don't move a certain kind of way. You don't start over being homeless and getting everything done by yourself, having no more. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying that women and men go about doing things two different ways. So, if you have any kind of sense, you ain't got to study people or whatever like I do. But, this is not a woman you're talking about. This is a man. Look, what I went through is hard enough on a man that went to war and was in the army. A regular man couldn't handle what I went through, let alone taking my, gender out of it and making it into a woman. Come on now. And women believe that? Come on. Delusions of grandeur. I mean, you just can't beat that, right? Like I can tell when someone's talking about a woman and trying to make it seem just generalizing it. Women move a certain kind of, when they're speaking about it, it's going to sound a certain kind of way. Unless a woman is like an MMA martial artist or some kind of bodybuilder or something, certain things I'm not going to really believe whatever someone's saying when they're describing that gender. I'm like, that's not the average woman. That don't even sound right. Like, I don't, and then certain ways they'll describe the way they move emotionless. Like, I don't believe that. Women, they will try to move like a man, but they'll still have those moments where they break down and cry or have somebody need to talk to or something. I don't believe that. So I look between and read between lines on a lot of stuff, right? It helps me Because again, the only reason I'm going off is because I thought this RoboCop head chick was kind of decent, man. Like I watched one of her videos before, and she was neutral with men. Like neutral with men. Not she was still ragging us a little bit. Most of them always do, but this one was just straight up bashing men. It's like these chicks just whenever they get in the mood and don't like what they see with a man does, they just get online and start projecting and then masking it, and then women eat it up like yum, 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 yum. Like come on, it's just they don't want to hear that. And that's more than likely where a lot of this is coming from, where we're not chasing them no matter what they're saying. We're listening to what they're actually saying. And like, I don't like what you said. What are you talking about? What does that mean? Why do you sound jaded all the time? Why do you sound like they'll be talking crazy stuff like, oh, he seemed like he's not over his ex, or why does it seem like he's bringing it? Because I'm making content, fool. Don't you know I have multiple channels, one being about narcissism, and because I feel like it. Now, here's the funny thing and why it's projection. Because these same women will have babies. You think that their situation with their baby daddy is copacetic? Do you think that baby daddy is not? Come on now. Come on. Come on. No, half of the women out there are getting child support or getting money on the table from the baby daddy. So that's establishing a weird relationship right there with them. I get no money from the mother of my child. She has nothing to do with, my child, outside of calling every now and again, so, but these same women will get online and be like, oh, looks like he's stuck on his ex. Well, your baby daddy got a key to your place. So I don't even know what you're talking about. They'll act like you don't know what's going on in that house. You know what's going on in that house, man. Well, listen, when a woman's single, they're never single. Let me stop. Not all, but the ladies I'm not talking about. But these women and these females, when they're claiming they're single, they're not single. They got somebody dusting it up. And the reason why because if they didn't, they wouldn't be so brash and bold and talk crazy. You know what I'm saying? They would talk as if they would want to get with a man because they're supposedly heterosexual women, and you got to tone down some of that bass and that masculinity if you're trying to get with an actual masculine man. But it just seems like to me they just get triggered by a man being a man and want to buck break them some type of way, and they can't do nothing else but use words. They use words, right? It's just, you're never going to get a man like that. You're never going to get a man like that. It's just watching, from a bird's eye view and watching how, and I know some of these women are doing this stuff to pander to their audiences and setting their audiences up completely to never be able to get a man because no man's going to take that. But a lot of them aren't. A lot of them believe what they're saying. And this is what I'm saying. If I ever watch a guy's content, he's got to have his life together. He does. He's got to have money. I'm just being real. Or, have money and live in a nomad life. He has to be fit. You know what I'm saying? He has to enunciate his words properly for the most part, like he's well read, and he has to have some type of confidence looking about himself. If he ain't got those things, I'm not watching it. But see, a lot of women, they don't care what the source looks like, acts like, as long as they're saying the words that they want to hear to make them feel better, and they ain't got to take any accountability or responsibility. They're good to go. They're good to go. I'm not listening to some single, like if I'm looking to get in a relationship, I'm not listening to some alpha guy tell me how to be in a relationship. It make no sense. You're a single guy that's codependent. You're not the person to go to. But a woman will go to a single woman where we don't know what her relationship status is, the last time her baby daddy or Tyrone dusted her off, and what, emotional state he left her in. We'll get online and make it seem like all men are that way. That don't make any sense. These are the same women that can't get a man and are online staring at men too hard and also trying to come up with a bunch of different preconceived notions, these proxy relationships, and it's just strange. Get out of my energy. Get out of my energy. I don't want you projecting onto me what your loser asses think a man should be. You obviously don't know. So don't project any more evil eye on me or whatever, watching me too hard, imagining what you think I should be, and then when you get the reality, you go and make dumbass content. You know what I'm saying? Stop harvesting my energy like that. I block y'all when I come across you, right? You get blocked. I done blocked 10 chicks this week, man. 10 chicks, and my trigger finger is still heavy. If I see any BS in the title, if I look at your funny looking face and you hate men, I block you. I block you. I got a good title going on, and the video starts, and in less than 2 minutes, you're already talking about, I don't know what's going on with these divine masculine, but it don't seem like none of them got their stuff together. Then why are you looking at us? Why are you watching us? Go do some crunch and munch somewhere else. Why are you hate watching men if you don't think that none of the men have it together? No logic. No logic. Just want to get online and emotionally project because somebody must have turned you down or something, or me or some other guy online not performing or making it seem like you need it to seem for you to feel comfortable to continue to have wet dreams about us. What? Oh, he's bringing up his ex again. So what, fool? Where's your baby daddy at? Why don't you get him to go ahead and take care of your child for a couple hours or whatever so you can record your videos? What are you talking about? Why do you make it seem like your life is together? It's not. You're just talking. You're talking and no one's ever checking you, so it's just like you're running your mouth. You don't get with real men. If these kind of women would ever try to date me, I just check the shit out of them, right? It wouldn't take me long because they're going to end up getting in their masculine energy and getting an attitude, and that's when I'm going to be like, well, are you done? Okay, well, let me go ahead and tell you about yourself. And it's going to cut. Because I'm going to use logic and facts while you're in your emotion and projecting your trauma. And I'm going to make that make no sense, right? People be acting like I'm being, stingy with my energy or this and that. There's a lot of dumb people out there. A lot of low IQ, dumb people that don't know how to handle their emotions. And then they go and project that on everybody else while saying at the same time, a lot of people don't know how to handle their emotions. Neither do you. Neither do you. Okay? A lot of people giving advice and telling people what they need to do when these people look a hot mess. A hot mess and don't have a man. I know, as if we came up with this so-called preconceived edge over them or whatever. We didn't come up with anything, especially if you're a minority, man. So what are you so upset about? You notice, I'm telling you, like right now, with the way things are, the devil cannot hide. And most of these women are really just Jezebel or narcissistic spirited people. They're not able to hide. They're just mad to be mad. There's a lot of stuff that's given out right now for women and women's rights and all these educational perks and things of that nature. And there's still, I'm not saying that there's not bad guys out there doing bad things to women. But to make it seem like it's all men, still? To still be whining about men? Still? And you don't have a man and you're raising your little boy by yourself to be a proper young lady when he grows up? What? What's the end goal here? To just whine your way into a Sigma male to just complain about men until one of us say, okay, I'll do whatever you say. What's the goal? It's no end goal. It's just projection. Obviously, that chick didn't like what she seen as far as, me or whoever, divine masculine that she thought was supposed to be someplace watching us too hard. And then she had a huge emotional hour-and-a-half rant, so-called doing a read, talking nothing but junk about men the whole time. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know if it was a whole hour and a half. I watched the first, 3 minutes, then skip to the middle, then skip to the end, and she was talking junk. The first 3 minutes, the 45 seconds I watched in the middle, and then the last 20 seconds in the end. I'm like, an hour and a half of bashing the gender you claim you want to be with? Oh. It's so messed up that, hey, it's so messed up out there right now. I'm telling you, I was just on TikTok, but I was talking about open and dating women I meet in person. You online chicks, man, y'all got it, man. I ain't even. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. That same type of chick would probably try to act like a normal chick in front of a man. Then get online and bash all men for an hour and 31 minutes. Because she disappointed in men that she ain't even with. Now, am I on here doing the same thing? Yeah, I am. At least I'm admitting I'm doing it, though. I'm already admitting I'm on here on some, low vibrational energy today with this tonight. It is what it is. I'll be back right in the AM. She's not admitting that. She just acting like all men. How you know all men anything, lady? You can't speak for all men. You ain't even been with a quarter. Look, I understand, but I really want to see men and women get back together, and it really irks me seeing this trash out here. This woman who will never, ever probably have a real man, projecting on the good women that might have the ability to get a good man. She knows she's screwed and she's never going to, her mind's too messed up. And a lot of times, fellas, I'm going to tell you something. When a woman has a whole lot of, like, she's a therapist, like she's come up with all these different categories and categorizations for men and what bucket to put you in, and I think that you have trauma, from your mother and PTSD from your, this is a psychopath. This is someone that thinks that there's some kind of licensed professional based off of putting together some pseudo information they found on the internet from all different locations. Let that shit go immediately. And a lot of them do that. You'll catch them because they'll start talking too much. And they'll start revealing that they're overthinking your situation. Let them go. They won't even overthink their own situation like that. There's so many different things you could point out they could do with themselves. But they're too busy overthinking you as if you got something possibly that you're not showing, that they got to dig for, that you're not, they do a lot of that where they, this guy's saying this, but he really thinks, based off of what, lady? You're saying that a guy is moving a certain, and he really thinks this, but he's saying that based off of what? You don't even have a man, so we can't even go off of that. So whatever you're coming up with, calling it intuition, I think it's just called being a dumbass and making up stuff instead of settling in reality. That's what I call it. And I guess since I'm awakened, I can't watch TV because I can see the programming in that. And I can't listen to a lot of women's stuff online because I can literally hear the programming or the pandering. It's either programming. Tell me this. All you pick-a-card channels, you're heterosexual women, why are all of your videos, what do men find attractive about you? What heterosexual woman is looking at another woman that hard or channeling and visualizing? You're not. You're not. A lot of times y'all talking about a dude and then you switch the roles and just say boobs a little bit. I can see right through it, right? I can see right through it. I know y'all be talking about dudes and half the time you be talking about me. You want to say it right off the bat, but you know I'm going to be able to see right through it. So you throw a little bit of woman in there. But let me make it clear to you. If you're a heterosexual woman and you're talking too much about another woman's body or what you perceive men find attractive about a woman, or even if you're talking about yourself, that's weird. That's weird. No heterosexual woman is looking at herself more than she's looking at a man that she wants. No. You're not fooling nobody. And I love doing this stuff. It's like studying humans. Because y'all do the weirdest stuff. You put so much work in trying not to come off. Just say what you want to say. You put so much work in trying to make it seem like you're not talking about me or a guy, and you got to pander to the. You think you have to pander to the women in your audience, whereas I'm not going to pander to women, and I'm pretty sure I'll end up getting plenty of women in my audience. But I'm not going to pander to men. I'm going to be real and be like, y'all need to be real. Y'all need to stand up to the plate. I'm here to represent men in a good way. Yada, yada, yada. But there's no that pandering stuff is weak. And I would feel like my, intelligence is being insulted by somebody consistently always posting content where they make it seem like one gender is always in the right and the man is in the wrong. At some point in time, if I was watching a guy who's making it seem like women are always in the wrong, I'd be like, bro, man, do you like women? Like, you mean to tell me you can't find nothing good to say about them for a little while? I mean, like every video, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pandering. He's pandering to his male audience. If you're putting nothing but, it's just energy. They'll be saying stuff like, it's just energy, but then you keep hearing he and his mama and him and, shut up, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't fooling nobody. You're jaded. You get on here. You ain't got no man, and you just project. And then the women go on there and be like, "Yeah, girl, he ain't no good," in your comments and stuff. And you feel good and you harvest off the energy. It's weak. It's weak. I'm just being real. You know what I mean? It's like weak sauce. And y'all don't even have a man. Like, do you like men? Are you celibate? No, you're not. So. You like men, but you're saying that all men are trash. No, all the men you've been with are trash. You've had Pookie, Ray, Day Day, JoJo, Shannon, Dwayne, all these different names and all these different losers, but you've never had yourself a King David or an actual divine masculine. You wouldn't be talking, or Sigma, you wouldn't be talking like that. You wouldn't be assuming, what moving on looks like from a man's point of view. You don't have no idea. You're not a man, first of all, that we know of. Secondly, you know what I'm saying? Where are y'all getting this stuff from? Where if a guy can't make content or whatever, you know what I'm saying, bring up an ex without him going back and forth. No, what it is you're a loser. You're not able to compete. And you're disqualifying yourself the best way you can without seeming like you're throwing in the towel. That's all you're doing. You don't feel like you can compete, so you're just talking stupid. Let me tell you something. If you don't have the guts enough to approach the person that you're speaking of, then what are you making assumptions for and then trying to preach to other people? You never clarified anything. You made an assumption and running with it and just talking. You're just talking. They'll be talking, there are some really good ladies out there, but most of those aren't going to be online to see my content. They're too busy building and being proper women, for a man that they want to get. But these ones online, man, a lot of them just be jaded and they will say the craziest stuff. Ladies, I'm not saying all y'all do this, but you got to understand. I know it's easy and it feels good to trauma bond, but how are you guys trauma bonding online, bashing men throughout long ass videos, and then the women in the video be talking about divine masculine is trauma bonded with such and such? You're trauma bonding with your audience, you idiot. I'm just trying to make logic of what these women are doing, and I just can't do it. I can't do it. And the ladies out there that are not, this ain't got nothing to do with you. If you're out there just putting out content, you're sounding ladylike, and you're not bashing. There's a lot of women out there that's putting out content that don't even bring up gender at all. And you can still get the point whether it's a male or female without even that being brought up. The most it might say is, it's kind of like a masculine energy. I'm not sure, though. Real soft ladylike voices. And then you just have these, this masculine over. Come on, man. Look. You ain't with no divine masculine. You with a male. You with a masculine. But ain't no divine masculine be with your manly self. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. That's why I'm shutting down a whole lot of women and only taking a few numbers because I can see the masculinity and the manliness in them. And I'm heterosexual. I don't find any traits of a man to be attractive. Who? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm heterosexual. I like feminine women that are feminine by nature. That's what I'm attracted to. If you want to project masculinity, I'm not down low. I don't want none of that. How are you going to force it on me or tell me how I'm not man enough to tame you? What does that sound like? I need to buck break you? What does that sound like? Sound like you got a little bit of something hanging between your legs. Why am I needing to buck break you? Nah, 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 nah. You're just wild. You got the Jezebel in you. You're good to go. Keep it trucking. I ain't taming. You see all the dumb rhetoric they'll throw? See, this is the reason why no one wants to debate me. I will destroy all of that garbage female rhetoric that they didn't even come up with on their own. They got it from somebody else. They got it from somebody else. Where everything I'm saying, I'm pulling right out of my head. So while they're trying to get their words together in their paragraphs, I'll sit there, I'll listen, and I'll take mental note, like literally writing it down in my head, and I will destroy them line for line with facts. With facts. Because it's a bunch of nonsense. It's a bunch of nonsense. And they're projecting this nonsense on the good women. It's a bunch of nonsense. I'm telling you right now, the women that do get men, you said it, the women that do get men, if they are on there for a long period of time, right, they're not talking that way. And the ones that get men are definitely making shorter videos. And they're always, there's a major difference. I do a lot of analytical research. You can tell like clear as day what a real lady is, and then these females out here. It's like, even if they were standing next to each other, it's the energy they give off. Because that lady, she's not going to run around pandering. Pandering to women is not going to get her a man and kids. Pandering to women is not going to, because a woman, not just a woman, but people will flip on you at the drop of a dime. The minute you're outshining them, the minute you're, doing too much, the minute you're shining too bright, the minute you're doing something out of their comfort zone, the minute you post a couple of videos that, I guess aren't peace, love, and light enough for them, they feel like you're backtracking and will turn on you at the drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying? So why would a woman listening to that stuff? You're pandering and makes them feel good in the moment, but they will still come over here and watch me not pander to them because they like what I look like. They really do, right? Man, and they like men, they're heterosexual. And also, no matter what they say, women are capable of handling the truth. Surprise, surprise, panders. Yeah, women are capable of handling the truth. You might not be capable of handling what they're going to say back to you. I am. But women are capable of handling the truth. So you pandering to them and making it seem like every man they've been with and every man that's out there is trash. How is that getting them children or someone to help them raise their children or someone to help them shovel the driveway or someone to work overtime while they're pregnant and they ain't got to work? You see what I'm saying? What is your pandering and whining doing towards bringing them closer to that? It's doing nothing. It's doing nothing. I've been frozen for a while. Okay. Hey, if it's crooked, y'all, you know what I'm saying? If it's crooked or whatever, I'm working on not being a perfectionist, so it is what it is, okay? I'm learning to go with flow and, not overdo everything. Let God deal with it, right? Because, a lot of y'all like to see the imperfections anyway. Y'all don't want anything to be perfect, right? Which, again, makes sense. Anyone with sense. Let me tell you something. To all my people out there, all my Sigmas, male and female. If you want to talk about your ex, talk about your family members that you used to know that you cut off, talk about, a dog that passed away, talk about the hole you dug the other day right down the road. You talk about whatever you want to, and don't worry about what anyone has to say. These clowns are going to watch you and talk about you to the day you die. That's their job as fans and losers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just say they're fans, because you can be a fan without being a loser. I need to get something different going on here anyway. Do we have any? What's this? What's this? All right, we'll do this. I like that one. It's late, so I want to give y'all that quiet storm. And to my ladies out there, I love y'all. I love y'all. I don't have nothing to say bad about y'all. I've been running into a lot of good ladies in person, and I've got a few content creators out there. I've left comments to y'all. If I left a comment, whether you like me or not, I appreciate you and I respect you. I like what you're doing. But there's a lot of just no but. Also, there's a lot of just, and I know, don't destroy me tomorrow in your videos. I'm not saying that's all of y'all, and I know they ignore whatever, but things need to be addressed as well. Things need to be addressed. There's a lot of spiritualists out there right now, and everyone's trying to get everybody on board with God. I just think that people need to do more, not people, not all. These low vibrational people need to be pushed out or pushed into another category or something, or learn how to be better. You're not doing anyone any favors by pandering to women online about making it seem like men are this and that and the third. These same men, males, are the ones that they're attracted to and want to procreate with and have children with and build generations with. So if you get online and you're just putting all this negativity on these women, they're not going to be open-minded and open-hearted enough to let a guy like me, who went through all the things I went through, and then, I'm making content, and based off of your dumb logic, she should be wondering if I'm over my ex based off of me posting some content about her or about anyone I used to know. That's stupid. That's stupid. And you don't see anything wrong? Yeah, of course you don't. Hey, what's going on, gorgeous? How you doing? How you living? You know, and you, you're definitely not one of the women I'm talking about. But you understand what I'm talking about, right? You're obviously one of the ladies out there that's putting out good information, that's trying to help people heal. But you've seen some of these goofballs out here projecting. We're trying to come together. We're trying to come together. And when I was going through my Kundalini awakening, and everybody thought I was losing my mind, but no one wants to do any research into what a Kundalini awakening looks like, a spiritual awakening looks like, and they want to make all these different assumptions and make all this content based off of it. And then these same women that was doing that are now, oh, divine masculine looking real good. He's on his glow up. Woo, woo, woo. Then I mentioned my ex in one video. He's all back on his ex again. No. Like, let's be realistic. This is your assumption that you're making based off of your life experiences and everything you've done so far, but that has not worked out for you. Why don't you try something different? How about not making assumptions about a man? If you're not going to date him, assume the best about him until he shows you otherwise. Assume the best. Maybe that way you'll come off with the right aura and you'll actually get a decent man, because I'm telling you, you can feel the aura of a good lady as opposed to some female or woman trying to, I don't even know, be a modern, I don't even know what these modern women, aka the new age feminists, aka I don't need a man, but you go after men. No, you don't want to come off a certain way and your ego is big, but you do love men, right? But as long as you can, sorry y'all, plug this back in. I'm gonna have to move that. But as long as you can get a Pookie and Ray Ray to come through at night and dust you off, because you got to be back early in the a.m. to get the car back to the grandma before she goes grocery shopping at 9:30, right? And got to be back in mom's house, you know what I mean, before it gets too late. There's a curfew. But as long as Pookie can work that thing over like it's his job, and then you ladies can go out on the weekend and drink with your friends and touch each other's bodies up and grind all over each other, and then get online and complain and argue with a handsome man like me, well, what do you need a relationship for? You've just taken care of everything that most relationships are. You spread it out amongst a bunch of people, so that way you have to worry about dealing with one and give them all of you. That's what I'm noticing. Because I see you guys out. I've been out. Y'all really be touching each other up a whole lot. I know one thing. If it was the other way around, there ain't no way y'all would consider us to be heterosexual anymore. So I'm tired of y'all getting away with that too. That's what's leading to a lot of this download stuff going on. Right? You're able to get away with just being all over your girl all the time. And I ain't cool with that. Shoot. I ain't cool with that. Best friend be the one to be doing most of it most of the time. The best friend be the best lover to him. I ain't playing with that. Yeah, we're done with the man versus woman stuff. It's old. But these women are still on here trying, not these women, some of these females are on here trying to continue to get women worked up that are hurt, that just came out of a bad relationship with a Pookie or something. And then these women are on here making it seem like all men are that way. That's not the case. You're pushing an agenda. So if they really cared about you, ladies, why would they want you to continue to just think that every man is trash? You know you're not going to never date women, so why would you want to listen to that? Why would you? If any man was telling, all women are garbage, and I'm like, oh, whoa, hold up, bro. Hold up, swole up. Now listen, I know you got a mama, a sister, or something on top of that, right? Do you like women? Do you like women? Because there's got to be at least one, bruh. That's all you need is one. You ain't even one. How would you know all women are bad? You ain't been with all women. You ain't making no sense, bro. That's how I be feeling about it. But a lot of times, unfortunately, and this is why I keep telling women, stop operating in masculine energy. There's a difference between the masculine energy in a woman and a man's natural masculine frame. There's a difference, right? So what you think and perceive what masculinity is based off of what you see men do, which you think is just being ignorant and, beating your chest, that's not real masculinity. Masculinity is a burglar breaking the home, you jump up with whatever you have, and you risk your life for the entire family. I don't see y'all doing that like that. I think's not. See, that's real masculinity. Running through a bunch of men and having yourself a lineup, calling yourself a lady player and an alpha, that's not true masculinity. That's you being a Jezebel and not want to take any accountability of it, and not want to be a lady or not want to be a woman like you're made to be, because if you were meant to be operating in that kind of energy, God would have built your bodies differently. See, a woman can take down a king and a kingdom with words and being ladylike. You guys are operating like a man right now and wondering why men want nothing to do with you. Well, listen, a heterosexual man running a kingdom, he doesn't normally have two kings. He doesn't normally allow two kings. Now, you have other rulers drop in and visit respectfully, and then they respectfully leave. A man is not going to allow another man to be running his home. Now, if you're operating in masculine energy, you're moving and acting like a man. I don't want that. It's not going to work. So get mad about that because you want it your way. You want to be able to run your homes while also still having a man to do man things when man things need to be done. We're not your slaves. It's funny, the movement was supposed to be about women's liberation. I didn't know it was about men's enslavement. Didn't know that. So you really just wanted roles reversed? Didn't know it. Interesting. But I can tell you what, a lot of us men are not as dumb as you like to think. A lot of men just keep quiet. There's a lot of wisdom in being quiet. A lot of assumptions can be made about you, but the truth is never known because no one's sitting there quiet enough to learn anything from you. And a lot of women nowadays are getting so hyped up from the media and all this other stuff going on that they're getting in their egos and they're not operating out of this divine feminine energy that they want. I don't care if you get offended by it or not. Get mad at me all you want to. Evil-eyed all you want to. I'm telling you the doggone truth. And while you sitting there with no man and no prospect, get mad all you want to and then cry yourself to sleep at night by yourself. Because the only way you're going to have any kind of counterpart with you is if you hook up with your girl or girls, or if you get Pookie, Ray Ray, Day Day, or Dwayne to come on over in the middle of the night and have his black ass out of there before the sun comes up. I'm just telling you the truth. Get mad all you want to. And I'm hoping you do make a bunch of content tomorrow. Then I'll know who's watching me. I'll know who's hate watching me, who to block, and who to return to sender. Come on. Come on. Y'all so smart, right? You want to play men like we're so dumb, sitting here watching me outsmart my ex after she put me in the middle of nothing, trying to call it luck or I don't even know. You got all kind of ways to try to take the power out of my hands, right? You can't take the power out of my hands. You know what I'm saying? God's got this power in me, and y'all are going to take away from it. I will have women saying the craziest things. You're operating out of feminine energy. Listen, whatever you want to call the energies that we possess that makes you feel comfortable, whatever earthly terms you want to use to make you feel comfortable about the energies that we possess inside of us, you do that. But don't you ever in your raggedy ass lives project that onto me. You don't know what real and true divine or masculine energy is and feminine energy is inside of a man. How would you know? You're not a man. You're going off of information you overheard someone else say. Didn't I tell you that we're redefining things now? That my soul tribe, we're writing the books. So I don't want to hear no more about this divine, this feminine energy and masculine energy and all this stupid stuff. Like the way I define my energy is not through those terms. Because I'm not giving my energy away to what women are trying to project onto me, really, which is that the feminine energy is everything and it's God and it's all. And if it was God and if it was all everything, there would not be duality and there would not be a masculine energy. Stop acting like one is greater than the other. I don't care how you're trying to project it off onto people. You're still trying to make it seem like one is greater than the other. And it's old. A female is not feminine energy. A male is not masculine energy. But that's what y'all do to conflate. So since y'all don't know how not to conflate, I'm going to go ahead and use my own terms to define my energies. How about that? I will use my own terms so that way I don't have to worry about this divine, feminine, and masculine, and y'all can go ahead and take all that stuff out and start saying him and her and everything else. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not doing that. Y'all can sit there and talk stupid to the masses, and most people don't, but I pay attention to stuff. I look at the words that people choose to say and not what the point they're trying to get across. I look at the words that they choose. I think about everything I say before I say it. There is no mistake, like in the sense of, unless I'm like, getting a download. But even then, Divine's not going to have me out here like talking bad about women. Like, not going to happen. I'm not going to bash every single woman. But if you're trying to say you're channeling from Divine, why in the world would God have you bashing all men? What kind of God are you channeling from? What God are you getting your messages from? That's telling you that all men should be bashed. And you're not a representation of the Most High. You're a low vibrational hurt creature. And I know a lot of people be like, well, you ain't got to get on here and put this out. Well, there's a lot of people that can't see like me and you can see. And some people have to point it out so they can see. Once their subconscious gets to hear this, it'll unlock something. They'll have the key. And then that way they can start seeing it from this point forward. So I know a lot of y'all can see this and y'all know better, but a lot of people don't. And I want to be able to give them some guidance on how to look out for wicked people disguising themselves as spiritual leaders, as someone you should look up to. When they're consistently posting up negativity, you can post up things about people's exes and stuff, and it's not negative. You're putting out information, it flows. But when you're putting a lot of emotion and you're saying this and that about the opposite gender, all of them are this or all of them are that, you've already lost me, cuz. You've already lost me. You don't know nothing about all of everything. You know what I'm saying? About anything. So what are you talking about? You sound ignorant. You sound like somebody who has not had a real man ever or not in a really long time, and you're so mad about it that you're just going to get online and run your mouth. You can put on whatever you want to that you think makes you look attractive, but all we see is this ugly, jaded Jezebel or narcissistic spirit on you. Make eye contact with the camera while you're talking. I don't even care if you're wearing shades. Look at the camera while you're talking junk. Look at the camera while you're talking junk about all men. Be woman enough to look at the camera. Men also, ladies, make it apply. If you're a man talking junk about women, I don't care if you're wearing shades or not. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Be man enough to look at the camera. See, again, I look at what people do, and I look at the words that people choose to get their point across. Right? Otherwise, you'll fall in the trap of just getting caught up in what they're saying. No, man, the words are important. Oh, they love to do that. The groups that, want to think they're holier than thou, not knowing that you're not supposed to be judging other people, especially when they've done nothing to you, right? It's just grouping up, against. This is what I would look at too. If I got to group up to go against one person, I know that I'm doing the devil's work. You're not going to act like you don't know that. If you have to group up to kiki behind somebody's back, but you won't do it to their face, you know you're doing the devil's work. So don't act like you're righteous in any kind of way. Don't act like you're righteous. If you have to gossip, but you're not man or woman to say it, man or woman enough to say it to that person's face, you're not righteous. You're not of God. You can go to church every Sunday and it ain't going to make no difference. You're not going to see any manifestations in your life. Not like that. Not like it would be if you keep your mouth shut, or at least be man or woman enough to be like, I think that you're full of, S, and, I just want you to just, delete yourself and da-da-da-da-da. And deal with the consequences of that. The person might be like, well, that's your opinion, your perspective. Or the person might be like, so you're going to project that onto me and knock you out. Whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? You're a man or woman enough to say what you had to say to their face. You're doing all this gossiping and talking about somebody and don't even have the guts enough to send a text message to them. What is divine about that? I am all about, being a warrior for God and checking people whenever they're disrespecting you. But when someone's not doing nothing to you at all, who are you checking, and who do you think you are? Now you're God? You're gatekeeper? I'm not going to hold y'all too long because I'm obviously not going to be able to get up at 3 now. I'll probably be 4:30. But I wanted to get on here because, and again, ladies out there that's doing the right thing that don't really talk about men like that. I'm not talking about y'all, and I appreciate y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. But for y'all that are out there projecting your trauma, I'm going to tell you something. You're not going to get a real man. And you can fool a lot of these women that are going through a lot of trauma and they really need, to heal, but you guys are messing things up. But any man or a healed woman already will see right through you running your mouth, talking about all men. Because a healed woman probably will have a man and she'll know you're full of, what. And a man knows you're full of it because he's a man. He knows he's not doing that stuff. Whatever goofy stuff you're talking about is goofy projection. You don't even have a man. At least if you had a man, you'd have a little bit to speak on. You don't have a man. especially if you don't have a man and you have a child or two. I think she need to keep your mouth shut. And I'm just being real. It's not a good look. I'm being real. Take it however you want to take it. I'm just being real. I'm being real. You seem like a jaded person that's just, mad that you got to raise that child by yourself and holding men up to a standard that you're obviously not holding yourself up to. You're a hypocrite. Who's going to listen to that other than a nonsensical, delusional person that doesn't care about reality? I'm about to get off of here as well. I appreciate you, gorgeous, for stopping through. Fendi, I appreciate you for stopping through. Everyone in here right now, if you guys hit the like button, that'd be great. I appreciate y'all for stopping through. Even these women out here that watch my content just to make counter content, I make counter content to your counter content. So we're all getting paid from it. So while you're getting paid for my original content, I'm getting paid for your secondary content. Okay? That's why I do this sometimes. When I can recognize that someone's making content off of me and making money, I will turn around and try to make money off of said person, because it's not fair you get to harvest energy off of me and I don't get to harvest a little bit off of your stinking ass. So, I might jump on here and make a video, and if you want to make that, that video make you believe that I've regressed and I'm going through another Kundalini awakening and I'm losing my mind, well, that is your opinion and your, business to do so. It's none of mine. It's none of my business what you feel like. So, and by the way, your crusty ass is blocked, so I won't see any more of your goofy content anyway, but you'll be able to see mine because, this social experiment that we call social media allows people to continue to watch your content when you block them, but they can't leave any comments or like. Well, who cares about that? You want them to see their block just like TikTok. You want to go to your channel and see if they can't see nothing. They're not even going to leave a comment or whatever half the time. But it's all right. A lot of y'all, I go find you on TikTok and I block you on there. So just in case I'll just check and see what he's doing. Then you'll know that I don't like you. But I'm keeping y'all out of my energy. I found another snake, got rid of her ass, blocked her, made content off of her, got my energy back off of it, and I'm moving forward. I'm not trying to hear nothing about all divine masculine. Then go and get with a woman. You need to understand how stupid that sounds. It'd be like me being like, all women, all women, all women, all women. All y'all gonna do is be like, yeah, he down low. Yeah, he down low. Well, all of y'all talking about all men. I tell you what, you get no pass. You're down low. You're down low. Yep. I don't care if you got 15 babies. You're down low. You're down low. It don't make no sense. You're lying. You're either down low or you're lying. We know you're lying, but you know what I'm saying? You could be down low. Who knows? But all this men ain't out of, and the men is divine masculine. Shut up. These women are not making babies with y'all. I'm done. I ain't gonna look. In the AM, we'll start over from scratch, and we'll talk about some peace, love, and light. But at the end of the night, y'all, the wine hour, y'all might catch anything on here. I might get on here and go off on some goofy cornball RoboCop big forehead having chick. Might do that, or I might get on here and be peace, love, and light. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But all right, I'm gonna get up off of here, y'all. Hit that like button. Hey, RoboCop, I know you're watching my stuff. If you can tell when I'm talking about one thing and then bring up my ex a couple days, right? You're watching every freaking episode that I drop. So know that this one's for you, RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? And you know who you are, because you've definitely been called that before with that big old 5 head of yours. You know what I'm saying? That, look. Nah, I ain't got nothing else to say. Man, that's a big old forehead of yours, man. So let's just go on ahead and just, call a spade a spade. Stop worrying about divine masculine. Froze up again. All right, y'all. Peace, love, and light. I'm going to call it a night. All right, y'all. I don't know how long it was froze up, but I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all stopping by. I'll be back on here early in the AM, not too early though. And we'll get back to talking about, the spiritual awakening you guys are having, the Kundalini awakening you guys are having, what stage you might be in at this point, and, how to navigate, you know what I'm saying? Because again, when you go through one of these awakenings, you either go through it properly and end up where I'm at now, or you go insane. That's just what it is, So we'll go ahead and catch up on that early in the AM, but also understand, we're new age, what I'm looking for, mystics and prophets and things of that nature, and we're doing this during heavy spiritual warfare times. God sends his different, prophets in different generations that do things differently. Our generation might have to do things a little bit more tough because, there's a lot of spiritual warfare going on during these modern times. So you might have to be a little bit more tough. So we might not be able to be peace, love, and light at all times and letting it roll off our shoulders. There might need to be a time where you go to war and, you got to dust your weapon off and go on ahead and let it be known. And then go back to neutral. Because last I checked, we got a warring God. He don't play about his. So I don't know where this turn near the cheek is. We'll turn your cheek. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to need for y'all to go on ahead and just because we're spiritualists and, we're about God and we're trying to teach God, his soldiers aren't always, these pretty Christians that are, telling you one thing and doing all kind of crazy things behind your back. Some of God's warriors are authentic, and we come at you the way that we are all the time. Raw. You say something wrong, you're going to get checked. You know what I'm saying? In the most raw form, and then we'll do it with a smile. I'm not going to hold y'all any longer. I just want to get that last little spill out because some of these weirdos are toxically positive and they're just like, it's gotta be, and it's gotta be. No, sweetheart. No, I'm writing a book on this. You understand? You sit back and you take notes. I don't need you trying to teach me shit. I'm writing the book, remember? I'm the one teaching you. Master number 33, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a new age mystic and prophet, not you. And if you are, you wouldn't be watching my content trying to tell me what to do. You'd be doing your own thing, you know what I'm saying? Being the blueprint, writing your own book. So I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So listen, y'all, I'm out of here. Peace, love, and light. Remember, love myself, love yourself, and love God. I'm out of here. And all you ladies out there that be, not ladies, women out there that are watching my content and making counter content, you love me. You can't get enough of me. And I don't even know your name or what you look like. Think about that.